Go Figure TV. Revolutionary salute. Revolutionary salute. Like, share, subscribe. Welcome to the House of Revolution. You know I'm your humble host, the Yao Ming of Revolution, and R.I.P. R.I.P. to the homie Rich Homie Quan. R.I.P. to the homie. Before we get into this live tonight, be sure to wipe your feet. That means hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know Core Figure Live. We got to get into this, exactly what happened to this young man. Very suspicious. That's why we digging into it tonight. We don't believe this was just no overdose. We believe this could be tied to the trial. We believe people close to him definitely could be involved in what happened to the late rapper Rich Homie Quan. But let's just get into the 911 call and things of that nature.
So, YouTube family, it's a lot of situations going on with the Rich Homie Quan situation right now. We have audio from TMZ release the audio of his girlfriend calling the 911 call. Without further ado, I'm gonna fall back and let you guys listen to that 911 audio.
Salute, family.
I need an ambulance.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My boyfriend, he's been asleep on the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning, put a blanket over him. And now I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him breathing.
And you said, hold on, you said on the couch, and what happened?
I said I put a cover over him because it gets a little cool. He's in the living room. And now I just checked on him because I see he never got up. And I don't see him breathing. I don't feel a heartbeat or anything. And I turned him over. I see he kind of foamed at the mouth.
I'm sorry, are you saying he's not breathing? Is that correct? I'm not hearing you.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
She's very calm for the
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Yeah, she's very calm.
Is there a what?
You know, as we look deeper into this thing tonight, either way it go, it's got to be a lesson learned here. Either way it go, I believe it's the ones close to him. I believe pressure busts pipes, and people close to him cracked under pressure. Remember what Pac said? Fear stronger than love, man. Tupac said that. They may love you, but they may fear somebody else.
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
You my people. You way too calm, baby girl. For that
man, I'm gonna let the audio.
That man be dead right there next to you, man. That girl way too calm and calculated. This shit crazy. I bet you if Rich Homie Quan was alive, he could just run that back himself and hear the what? If he could wake up out the day and say, "Damn, girl, you showed this calm for me to be gone. Did you just get through running my pockets? Huh? Did you just open up my safe? You sure this calm." Hold on. Revolutionary salute to our family Blockbuster for the donation to the war chest. Revolution is a way of life. I appreciate the love, family. Salute. But, you know, I don't want to throw no allegations around. We just want to tell the truth here. That's what we do here. You know? And that's why kids stay out the way. Females, don't be fooling with D-boys and niggas with that paper like that, because guess what? Family members will rip your ass to shreds if you this calm nigga and they family member dead. You don't always get a chance to be prosecuted or to be found innocent by the streets or whoever. You too calm in this phone call, man. That's crazy.
But these 911 operators really suck. And I'm going to give my opinion on his girlfriend. A lot of spooky things going on. So he didn't come to the room for almost 5-6 hours and he slept in the couch and you didn't ask about him. My wife would never even let me be 10 minutes without saying, "Babe, are you okay?" Something doesn't feel right. I'm not blaming her. I'm just being honest. Man, let's continue.
That girl be all on you and that nigga. What, you on the phone or something, nigga? What the hell you doing in here? You texting somebody? What, you on Facebook? Come on, man. Let's just be honest with one another. Shit. And then this nigga got paper? Man, please. That girl be sleeping right next to me like a dog, nigga. Oh, but tonight, it's okay for him to chill on the couch all alone while she up. Man, shoot, this don't sound. We just get started. I'm just telling you how I feel. So you let your man kick it in the living room by himself all night?
Okay.
No, please.
I need to know about how old he is.
He's 34.
Okay, are you right by him now?
Yes.
Look, that nigga got paper.
Okay, please put your phone on speaker so your hands are free to help.
Baby.
Can I add his dad to the call? He's trying to call me back because I called him first before I called you.
Okay, so we need to help your boyfriend now.
Excuse me. Let me get y'all back in there because what she just said was she want to add the daddy to the line because the daddy. She called the daddy. I guess the daddy said. So somebody had asked me in my earlier video because I didn't know neither. Was Rich Homie Quan's father still alive? Yes, because she just said he calling her phone right now.
Your phone on speaker so your hands are free to help.
Can I add his dad to the call? He's trying to call me back because I called him first before I called you.
Okay, so we need to help your boyfriend now.
You got to share, Queen.
Okay, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the floor and remove anything under his head.
He is not waking up. Quick.
Ma'am?
She's not even crying.
Okay, you gotta get him to the floor. Lay him flat on his back on the floor and remove anything under his head.
Flat on his back?
What happened to the stuff? I mean, I haven't never. What happened to the stuff you see in the movies? Baby, wake up! Baby, get up, baby! Fight, baby! Fight back! I love you! Don't go! Baby, get up! Fight, baby! Fight, baby! Don't go, baby! Fight! Fight, baby! Come into the light! Where is all that at?
On the floor?
Did I miss that part?
Yes, ma'am.
Help me.
She's helping you. The hell?
He's not here.
Who's the other guy in the house? Sounds like I can.
Were you able to get him to the floor?
Yes, he's not. Your child not being like anything.
Okay.
It seemed like the girl started performing when the other gentleman's voice came in the room. I don't know if that was Rich Homie Quan's dad, friend, even if it was his father. That individual seems like they either were already there or came in the room, and that's when his girlfriend started the so-called crying. I don't want to be disrespectful to her, so let's keep listening more. Okay, there's no more audio clearly, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel good about this whole situation. When you can hear the girl speaking, it's like she's giving her own opinion, and she's giving a hard time with the operator nonetheless. I don't like many of the things surrounding it because forget about the operator, forget about the other male's voice. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of, because I think she was on the other phone with the dad, or he just came in the room, but I don't want to make it important about who the man was. Let's stick to the main things. You say he was slept and he wasn't next to you. He was in the couch all day. Why didn't you go check on him? Most females feel unsecure when their men are not sleeping next to them. You know how many times doing these YouTube videos I either procrastinated and fell asleep in the office? The wife is always there to check on me. Now I'm gonna give my wife a kiss and tell her I love her, because I used to think she's annoying until I heard Rich Homie Quan girlfriend. Let's pretend she didn't do anything wrong to Rich Homie Quan, but she is lazy as far as checking up on him. We can all agree on that. I'm not saying she did anything to him, but I'm saying she doesn't have very much emotions like our women in our life would have. Let's listen to it again.
I need an ambulance.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My boyfriend, he's been asleep on the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning. Put a blanket over him. And now I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him breathing. And you said,
whoa. So you seen him there and you put a blanket over him? You didn't check for any breathing at the first time? Like, what's going on, man? I'm sorry. Look, I'm not saying she's guilty of anything. What I am saying is the whole thing feels very strange. It doesn't feel right. And in my body, because I know this situation very much. If any of you young people ever popped pills before, Perkies, Addies, you ever took a preference of an educational purpose situation that can get you not sober anymore, well, it's up to your loved ones to check up on you. I know I don't have to tell my wife to check up on me. She does it religiously. For this woman to see him in the couch knocked over and just think he's sleeping, but then you come the next morning when you're bringing your son to school, that's when you check on him to put a blanket hours later? Sheesh.
Hold on, you said on the couch and what happened?
I said I put a cover over him because he gets a little cool. He's in the living room. And now I just checked on him because I see he never got up. And I don't see him breathing. I don't feel a heartbeat or anything. And I turned him over. I see he kind of foamed at the mouth.
I'm sorry. Are you saying it?
I'm also going to be honest and say this operator needs to be fired. 911 needs to fire this operator because maybe Rich Homie Quan girlfriend is the victim here, seeing her man dead, and she really does need help. This operator is a piece of crap. We can get on his girlfriend later. Right now, I'm going to deal with this operator. She sounds nonchalant, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say, are you even American? And if you are American, what are you doing, man? You sound like you're heartless. Most 911 operators who are melanated sisters have always been heartless. In fact, I remember getting an argument when one of my cousins got hit up and we're trying to, pull together, stop the bleeding, but we need the ambulance to come quick. And this sister decided to catch an attitude while somebody is dying. Man, please give me a white person when I call 911. I'm just being honest with y'all.
It's not breathing. Is that correct? I'm not hearing you.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Wow.
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Okay, this operator needs to be fired. Ma'am, is there a defibrillator? Send someone now and let me know when you have it. First of all, you didn't even wait for the girlfriend to let you know if she has one or not. And you just ransacked and hurry up to go say, let me know when you have it. Like, what kind of unprofessional, bro? I don't want to deal with no black person when it's a crisis and we gotta call 911. Let's just be honest. When you go to the restaurant and you see them rolling their eyes before you even make an order, I don't want to deal with our people in any professionalism establishment, especially 911. Did y'all hear the Pop Smoke operator? Jesus Christ.
Is there a what?
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
What?
I'm not sure what that is.
Right.
Okay, I'm sending the paramedics to help you now.
Okay, I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. I'm not gonna lie, man. Look, man, we need Americans to be on these 911 calls, and we don't just need any American. We need professional Americans, preferably from the suburbs, who are patient with people. I think you.
All right, man. Yeah, a little fishy. That's a little fishy. Phone call is a little fishy. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. This should be right here. Let's rewind the tape. Why are we here?
An audio recording just dropped. of none other than Rich Homie Quan spitting a whole verse to law enforcement about Young Thug.
Right. My hand was on the spot. I saw it. We are so good. I'm like, some just asking yourself. Everybody been talking about it. I'm gonna just be a man and answer myself. Right. It's crazy, man. They know what has to do with. We just can't prove. Right. Point blank period. I ain't no rat. I ain't telling them. I'm just being real with y'all. I got how much I love Nut, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit real fucked up, bro.
So did Rich Homie Quan snitch? Absolutely. He's alleging Thug was behind the murder of Nut, the shooting of his father, and the shooting of his truck.
Now, we all just witnessed, was the last week, it looked like the murder of Nut falling apart in our eyes. Anybody that's been paying attention to the YSL trial. And they were damn near finna have to free Thugger the way Woody done fucked over them people in court. Anybody paying attention? Damn, they might as well just open the doors and tell Young Thug, we apologize. Excuse us. We had the wrong guy. Oh, until they remember, we did have the right guy. Because Rich Homie Quan told us all about it.
Rich Homie would say he's keeping it real with investigators.
Yeah, we seen that now. You know that? Right. So my hand was on the spot. I saw it. We are so together. I'm like, some just asking yourself. Everybody been talking about it. I'm gonna just be a man and answer myself. Right. It's crazy, man. Know what has to do with. We just can't prove. Right. Point blank period. I ain't no rat. I ain't telling them. I'm just being real with y'all.
That's kind of crazy. Man, I ain't gonna lie. That's some crazy audio. And I want y'all to remember this audio because we're gonna hear from Rich Homie Quan, manager. Manager, I don't know if you in the audience or if you see this later. I don't like your energy. I don't like, you gotta watch these type of managers. But anyway, that's crazy. He said, we know Young Thug did it. That's the police you talking to, bro. We know Young Thug did it. We just can't prove it, though. I'm like, damn, that's how you talk to the homies in the hood. Like, nigga, I know them niggas over there did it. But no, he was telling the police they know Thugger did it. The same police that's trying to try him for this case that was falling apart. But they did have a star witness. They had an ace in the hole they hadn't played yet. They star witness was Rich Homie Quan.
I got how much I love Nut, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit real fucked up, bro.
So, why did you suspect Young Thug when you went down to Miami? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of let you
I ain't had no beef, bro. That shit was deeper than rap, man. I really feel as if that was jealous of the relationship.
This, what he just said, now that he gone, I don't know if that's hearsay or if they can enter that into court. I don't know how that's gonna go, because I know a dead man can give a statement, but I don't know what they'll do with this. But remember, that case was falling apart last week. To revive that case, to revive the murder of Nut, you had to have somebody from the inside willing to work with you. Oh yeah, they did have Rich Homie Quan, gave it all to him.
Because you guys seem to be getting along real well before.
It's been reported that the boy Rich Homie Quan has been subpoenaed, and the state is looking for him to testify and basically corroborate a lot of them statements that he made on the death of Donovan Nut Thomas and how it may have.
Now, this is from almost a year ago, maybe almost a year ago. This right here, I think, what he's saying. Now, I want y'all to think about that. They was already trying to pressure this man that we may need you to testify. You better be ready. We may need you to testify. That case is falling apart. I can guarantee you those people were pressing Rich Homie Quan to tell them on the stand what he told them on that recording, that it was Young Thug who did it.
You know how Young Thug may be directly involved in that.
a few months ago, he made statements that were recorded and people put it out there. That was maybe almost a year ago.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's 30, 40, it's 100. If Thug can get free, man, them people finna make 100. Them people finna make $200-300 million. He finna hook back up with those people who making money with the Jew dude and the black dude who was whining on the stand for him. Oh, Lord, if he get free, it's a bunch of money on the line for Rich Homie Quan not to get on the stand and say what he said to the police.
Put those, you know what I'm saying? They put the video out of the statements, and it seems like today it was reported that he's officially been subpoenaed. I think he was already on the witness list, but he wasn't gonna be a witness. Now they subpoenaed him. He gotta come to court, and they probably gonna make him sit on the stand and say what he said to those police on that recording.
They was finna force him to get on that stand.
To me, this similar to like the FBG Butter situation where like he said some shit and now he got to come to court and say it again. If he doesn't say the same thing, most likely they're gonna impeach him on the stand and they're gonna go back to his recorded statements. But I just thought it was crazy. I know a lot of people will put the story out there. Rich Homie Quan snitching on Young Thug. That's not a new story, but I thought that it was some new information that he's been subpoenaed and he will most likely take the stand and have to implicate Young Thug in the murder of Donovan Nut Thomas.
He wasn't gonna have to if Woody would have played ball like they thought Woody was gonna play ball. When Woody didn't play ball and Woody wrecked their case before the whole world, they needed Rich Homie Quan now. Remember, they in court laughing at Woody like it's all good because they got a star witness. Remember, Fannie Willis been said they have a star witness that's in the music business. They said that. People thought it was Lucci. They said that. Come on. The whole time they had Rich Homie Quan. That if all else failed, they were going to put him on the stand and he was going to repeat what he said and that was going to be the end of Young Thug. Oh, but he dead now. R.I.P.
This man.
No, facts.
That's a crazy story, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's more or less because people heard all the rumors back in the day about around 2015, 16 about them falling out, and everybody thought it was over Quan getting on stage saying that comment about Thug that was basically going against his manhood, but I don't think people realized it was deeper than what was being put out there. You know how they say deeper than rap.
Absolutely. Like at the time of Donovan Nut Thomas's death, he was managing Rich Homie Quan, and he also had the dude wife and Lucci signed. The death of Donovan Nut Thomas was like the major event that was like it'll never end type shit. You know what I mean? So I just think it's crazy because when I first heard the recording, to be honest, I'm not gonna say I was surprised, but it was surprising to be like, damn, this dude was really like, I don't know if that was the police who recorded that or what, but Rich Homie Quan was really straight up talking to the police. Just
was somebody else. It looked like because I put it in my comp, but somebody else was recording while he was talking. It looked like because the people on the recording you could tell are some type of authority just by the way they talking back.
They was the police. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, they the police, but you could just tell by the way they count the words they using and stuff like them the authorities.
And come to Atlanta. He was saying Atlanta, he still be saying Atlanta. You know that? Right. So my hand was on the spot. I saw it. We had a show together. I was like, so I'm just asking you yourself. Everybody been talking about it. I'm gonna give you a man to answer myself. Right. Scrub, man, niggas old has something to do with it. You can't prove. Right. Point blank period. I ain't no rat, I ain't telling no. I'm just being real with y'all. I got how much I love Nut, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit real.
It breaks your heart to see, like, no matter what goes on, if somebody get put in front of the police, niggas is gonna talk. Your closest homie, your brother, your mama, it don't matter. Everything could be going smooth. The second the police get involved, niggas is telling on everything. And that's not to say what he's saying is true, because even in the recording, it sounds like he didn't say directly that Thug did it, but he's basically saying everybody know Thug did it.
I mean, he's saying that everybody know Thug has something to do with it, but y'all can't prove it. Like, nobody could prove it, but everybody know. Like, I mean, bro, if I'm walking around free and people talking to police about who I'm responsible for their death, bro, that's crazy. But like I said, that's already been reported. That ain't like no breaking news. You know what I'm saying? It's been on the internet for almost a year now that Rich Homie Quan made these statements. I think the bigger thing is that even though Quan had made the statements, I'm pretty sure that he didn't have plans to get on the stand and say those same things.
Let's be honest, bro. You're gonna have those. You should already know when you talk to the police and any.
See, he never knew they was gonna need him until last week. And that case fell apart. When that case fell apart, they let him know your ass getting on that stand now. Or Young Thug finna walk. Woody done fucked the case up. It's a serious problem now.
Any capacity when it's going against somebody else, you damn near 90% of the time gonna have to back those statements up on the stand.
Right. I mean, the police, they get to decide which of the witnesses they want to use at trial, and I think they losing. So I think what's going on is that the state is losing. All of that RICO stuff is looking real shaky. And the biggest thing out of the whole case is really the murder.
Yeah. That's
what's going to get you life. That's what's going to get you 40, 50 years is the murder. You see what I'm saying? People are doing 8 years on a RICO, 10 years on a RICO, but the murder is what's going to get them the time.
Come on, man.
So I think it's very
Woody on the stand,
interesting.
Somebody made it up. Thug didn't have no problem with Nut. Thug didn't have no problem with him. I mean, Woody done blew their whole fucking case up, man. Everybody seen that. But those people were calm. Those prosecutors, y'all wonder why they say was so calm. I bet you they ain't calm no more. I bet you they tan their hair. I bet you they pissed because they know they star witness Rich Homie Quan done got bumped off. They know
that the state feels like, man, now's the time to put this witness up on the stand who's already said out loud his mouth, man, Thug has something to do with that murder. And I think that they're trying to use that. Plus the fact he Rich Homie Quan, so it's not like some random person. You see what I'm saying? So not only is he Rich Homie Quan, people know who he is. This is what he's already said on camera. And now he gonna come into the court and say the same thing. And they could potentially get Young Thug life, man. Ain't nothing came up.
Quan, I don't think made a statement since this shit was released, and this shit was released like first came out like a year or two ago.
Right, but I'm saying like today when they said he got subpoenaed and that he's gonna be on the stand, that haven't right. And there's a chance that Rich Homie Quan could get on the stand and say, "Man, I don't remember none of that."
The one who was gonna,
and not only that, you got them talking about having Birdman come up there because the last little bit of stuff I was paying close attention to, they was bringing up the hit. And a lot of that stuff they was saying, they was dragging Birdman's name in it. And I was confused because I'm like, it seemed more or less like to me, the people that you claim ain't got nothing to do with it and in the court of the law, y'all should have been indicted them. You ain't, it seemed like you're not even indicting the right people. You prosecuting people who don't have much to do with what you talking about.
That's true, man. Like with Birdman, I just feel that, you know, since Birdman has not made any statements prior, if they do force him on the stand, he could just get up there and say he don't know shit.
That's the get out of jail free card, but he ain't gonna take that route. That's who they wanted. They wanted Birdman. They wanted Birdman for the shooting the Lil Wayne tour bus, all that shit. I ain't gonna say never. I ain't gonna say what Thug not gonna do because that man want to come home. He like swap Birdman, but they definitely wanted Birdman. They definitely was asking about did Birdman shoot that tour bus up, and what did Birdman have his hand have to do with all this beef that was going on?
I mean, that's what I would say.
Right, or he just don't have to go up there. Like Birdman is on the witness list, but he has not been subpoenaed. He's not been forced to testify.
That we know of.
Right, he's just on the witness list, and there be hundreds of people on the witness list. And they don't always call them all. And sometimes those people don't even want to be there. They're just writing down like, look, we might call all these people. And usually if they want to call you, but you don't want to go up, that's when they hit you with the subpoena.
Let me ask you a serious question.
What's up?
Let me tell you something.
For the people,
Birdman, Lil J, all those people who was around Drake in the beginning, the feds, them small hats gonna wash their ass up and they gonna take over that Drake contract. You think they're gonna let them, they think they're gonna let Birdman and Jay Prince keep their hands on Drake. Fuck no. They also in the end, that's the swap they're gonna do. They're gonna swap them niggas ass out, and then ain't gonna be nothing but the small hats dealing with Drake.
People, because there's probably some curious minds out there that want to know this just like me. If you had to make an educated guess, why would you say they took Gunna off the list to testify, but got people like Rich Homie, Birdman, and these other people on there? But the main person you hit with the RICO charge with Thug was Gunna. So why do you think they took him off, but got all these other people they want to testify?
So I'm pretty sure when they do the little RICO shit, they round everybody up. And usually the people with the least serious charges get kind of took care of first because they got the least serious charges.
Number 2 though.
But I mean, you saw what he ended up.
We know.
Right. We know. But I'm saying even what he pled guilty to was a very small charge.
Facts.
That's why he got a low sentence. And he had to say YSL was a gang as a part of that plea agreement, which is why people, say he a rat, because nobody
like everybody else though.
Right. Nobody said it in court before Gunna. So that's important to me. A whole bunch of people said it after him.
No, Gunna was the only one recorded saying it. There was somebody else before him that took that same deal. That was, I think, Thug's brother or somebody close to him.
You're right. Nope, you're right.
Close to Gunna.
So you're right.
Everybody taking the same plea. That's my only gripe with it. And I think now probably be a good time for me just to throw this in there. Like just from my opinion, I just feel like niggas is going about this the wrong way with the calling Gunna the rat. But everybody that's got up there so far that claim not to know shit, they impeached on the stand and used their words from years ago. These niggas already been ratting. Everybody was quick to jump on Gunna.
I know what you're saying, bro. Like you said, this is kind of, I guess, a good time to say it. I mean, I personally feel like we already talked about this, bro. If you was in the gang, if you knew this was a gang and you was in the gang, you can't say it's a gang. That's part of being in the gang. So anybody who said it was a gang, part of being in the gang is it's not a gang. What they say, the first rule of Fight Club, there is no Fight Club. You see what I'm saying? Like
a RICO case, though.
Excuse me?
Especially in a RICO case.
Especially in a RICO case where it matters, because if it's a music label, if it's a dance group, if it's some shit like that, that's not no RICO. If it's a gang, that's a RICO just because it's a gang. Like y'all don't necessarily have to get caught doing specific shit like the murder. And that's why I think they're calling up Rich Homie Quan, because I feel like they're losing the gang war.
Yeah,
proving that this was some big giant gang and they was terrorizing the city. I think they're losing that battle. And I think that so the last battle that they have is, but you still did this murder.
The fact I went to Rich Homie Quan concert, he said free Young Thug so many times. Come to find out, you got a whole 30 minutes recording talent. Damn.
Right. So my hand was on the spot. I saw him. We had a show together. I was like, I'm just asking to get show. Everybody been talking about, I'm gonna just be a man and answer myself. Right. It's crazy, man. No what has something to do with it. We just can't prove. Right. Point blank period. I ain't no rat. I ain't telling no. I'm just being real child. I got how much I love living, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit real fucked up, bro.
So, why did you suspect Young Thug when you went down to Miami? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of led you?
I ain't had no beef, bro. That shit was deeper than rap, man. I really feel as if that was jealous of the relationship.
Because you guys seem to be getting along real well before.
Hey, homie, what that's supposed to mean?
Characterized Mr. Thomas's big brother just giving 7 minutes into the interview. RHQ said that both he and Young Thug either frequented or resided at condominiums within Sky House building during the months leading up to Mr. Thomas' death. He said that he and Young Thug were cool up until Mr. Thomas' murder. RHQ reiterated he last spoke with Young Thug in Miami, as stated above, and that he no longer desired to carry on a friendship or business relationship with Young Thug. He stated that Mr. Thomas' murder served as a catalyst for the rift between him and Young Thug. In addition, RHQ didn't trust Young Thug on
Revolutionary salute to my brother Wasco. He said for the donation to the war chest. He say salute King. Kids, stay the hell away from these gangs. It's not worth your life. It's definitely not. I appreciate the donation to the war chest. Revolution is a way of life.
The nightclub, of the Miami nightclub, Kennard described above. At about 13:20 into the interview, RSQ stated straight up, niggas know Thug has something to do with it. We just can't prove it. Point blank, period. I asked RSQ why he suspected that Young Thug was involved with Mr. Thomas' murder. He explained that there was no active beef between him and Thug at the time of Mr. Thomas' murder, and that stuff was deeper than rap. Man, I really feel Young Thug was jealous of the relationship that Nut was building with Bird. I mentioned that media coverage, both him and RHQ and Young Thug during the summer 2014, appeared to depict the amicable and prosperous relationship between the two men. To this, RHQ remarked, yeah, we were. Look, listen, man, everything about it, like, yeah, know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Thug. I don't have anything against him. It's just that type of situation where I feel like betrayed. It was betrayal. At about 10:14 into the interview, RHQ became more agitated as we called Young Thug's demeanor in the Miami nightclubs immediately following Mr. Thomas' death, and Immense interjected, the night my truck got shot up, I called Thug like, man, I don't know what happened. What y'all got going on? But my truck ended up getting hit, you feel me? One of y'all niggas shot my truck up. I mean, or something, I don't know. He said, one of y'all niggas for my truck straight up. But I ain't never heard nothing from nobody. You know what? Because of the foregoing rant, I wanted to ask RHQ, why did you immediately think to call, I'm assuming, Young Thug and ask if the truck got shot up? But before I could ask the question, RHQ interjected, like, I don't know why I would even call Young Thug, though. When, like, this before Nut died, you feel me? I don't know. Niggas in my ear, like, boy, these niggas don't want to see us together. All I know is that something right now I didn't. I get a call. I didn't answer. When I called him, get no call, didn't get no answer. RHQ stated that he knew Young Thug shot his truck up, or wouldn't say why. 19:15 into the interview, RHQ stated, whoever shot my dad's shop up has something to do with Nut getting murdered. I just know it, man. I just know whoever shot my dad's shop. Pardon everything. Y'all just look out for 1090 Jake's video that's gonna come out on this for sure. But I'm gonna read what I have here, and then we'll go about it. So here we go. I'm gonna start where it says, believe that two crimes were, can't see that part, which I took to mean that his instincts led him to that conclusion. Rich Homie Quan next stated that he believed the September 29, 2014 shooting of his father inside the barbershop was also connected to the murder of Donovan Thomas. I asked RHQ why Young Thug would have targeted his father. He replied, because at the time we was doing shows together, I was getting the most money, though, and they wanted my dad out of the picture because, you know, everybody want the management. They know I'm not going nowhere without my dad, and they know he at the barbershop 24/7 every day. RHQ elaborated, however, that he had no proof of these allegations. At about 21:55 into the interview, he mentioned that Birdman and his father got into an argument about what he did not know. RHQ explained that after this argument, his father told him, come on, we're going to fall back from them. RHQ opined that his theory regarding the shooting of his father just made sense. Take my dad out the picture, man. You can get me to sign with whoever you want to sign. At 2:25 into the interview, I asked RHQ why he didn't want to sign with Birdman's Cash Money Records. RHQ explained that other artists signed to the label consistently complained about their financial situation as it related to their contract with the label. RHQ also believed that he stood to make more money on his own than he would with Cash Money Records. RHQ stated that while he did not contact Young Thug after Donovan Thomas' murder, Young Thug also did not contact him. He said that Young Thug moved out of the Sky House condominiums probably 2 weeks after Donovan Thomas' murder. RHQ explained that he never saw Young Thug at the Sky House after Nut got murdered. I asked RHQ about Young Thug's March 2015 on-stage utterance. Herein, he called RHQ Bitch Homie Quan. RHQ did not know why Young Thug did that. 25 into the interview, I asked RHQ for Young Thug's phone number. He provided me with 504 something dash 3904, the same being the number I previously identified as belonging to Young Thug. He next provided me with the 213-820-1552, the same being unknown to me at the time. I asked RHQ if the going numbers were those that utilized to correct directly with Young Thug rather than his, I'm assuming, manager, Amina Diop. RHQ told me that the numbers he provided were Young Thug's direct contacts. RHQ, if Young Thug never texted him any threatening messages, to which he responded, no, he's smarter than that. He's smarter than that. RHQ further stated that if Young Thug had a problem with Donovan Thomas, that he wouldn't say anything about it around RHQ because Young Thug knew that Donovan Thomas was RHQ's dog. RHQ said that Mr. Thomas never told him about a quarrel with Young Thug, but advised him to separate himself from there. RHQ didn't know why Mr. Thomas would find it prudent, for him to disassociate himself with Birdman and Young Thug, but opined that he had gotten a bad vibe somewhere. RHQ stated that Birdman was in contact with his father. Moore was in contact with Donovan Thomas with respect to Cash Money Records' courtship of RHQ.
Now, let me be completely fair, right? That's ratting. But it answers a whole lot of questions as to why Rich Homie disappeared. Y'all got to remember, at the time, Rich Homie was better than Young Thug. Nobody, and I mean nobody, was touching that I promise I will never stop going in. I listen to it all the time. Now, man of the year just going to hit a little differently for me. I'm going to keep it authentic with you. But this is how it goes, bro, in this game that we call life. If what Rich Homie Quan is saying is basically Young Thug and them shot it up over basically money and all that, that was his belief. We found out it actually had everything to do with YSL Woody telling. When he got jumped and all that stuff and everything like that, and then they retaliated. That's where it started at. Not from no money, but Rich Homie Quan had no idea about it because he was doing what he was supposed to do, staying out the way. But the streets did talk, I'm assuming. And nigga, you talk for the streets too. That's snitching. And I told y'all, you're the snitch. So when some lanes jump out today and go, you got smoke with Atlanta. No, I don't. Y'all got Florida niggas telling. Y'all got Illinois niggas telling. Y'all got Cali niggas telling. Oh, yeah, one major artist about to get exposed. It's going to happen. And I'm going to be on Cuz hind parts when it's time to. Don't get it mixed up or confused. I'm cold of the streets. And y'all about to, why aren't you turn up on Young Thug and all that? We ain't see no paperwork. Like I told you, and I stand on that, Dolly. Like I said, if Young Thug is a rat, I ain't rocking with Cuz. That's what it is. Now, they trying to spin a story with that one saying, basically, Cuz is in there with tight jaw, but he seen a little demonic, like he had something to do with it, or he could have helped somebody else. Like he didn't want to be cooperative. And if they paint that as that, that's saying that's a demonic soul. That's what they try to tell me. If y'all want to believe it, believe it. If y'all don't, y'all don't. I'm just waiting on paperwork. I ain't casting no aspersions. But right now, as it stands, nigga, you tell him. You was talking to the police. You gave statements. You writ your name on that damn thing. You signed off on it, bro. It's ugly. They got a 30-minute goddamn investigation on you. You ain't solid, homie. But you know what? They ain't gonna care. They forgave QCP for snitching. They gonna forget Gunna for snitching. If you and Gunna come out with an album, I ain't gonna hold you. It's probably gonna be hard as hell. It's probably gonna be dope. It's probably gonna be undeniably dope. But Code of the Streets is Code of the Streets. But maybe it's fake. Maybe the paperwork is fake and everything like that.
Quan and Young Thug stopped rocking with each other over some petty beef back in the day. But thanks to Thug's RICO case, fans are learning that the truth is way more shocking. From his dad getting shot at by Thug's homies, to allegedly snitching on Thug and possibly testifying at his trial, this is the wild story about what's happening with Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug. Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug both came up in Atlanta and went to the same middle school together. Even though they both ended up in the streets, their paths into the trenches were way different. Young Thug was a problem from the jump and got kicked out of school in the 6th grade for breaking one of his teacher's arms. He got active in the streets at a young age, and by 2010, he was dropping tracks about his wild come up in Atlanta. Rich Homie Quan took school a lot more seriously. He was into creative writing and playing sports, and back then his dream was to go pro with baseball. Rapping was just a hobby for him. Quan also had a legit job at an airport, but he got fired over something and ended up turning to the streets. Quan spent over a year in prison on a burglary charge, and when he got out, he only had 2 options: go back to the streets or start taking rap seriously. By that time, Thug was already making a name for himself in the city after dropping 3 mixtapes in 2011 and 2012. Quan got some buzz too with tracks like Differences, but nobody expected what was about to happen. Thug and Quan had been linking up in the studio and planned to drop a tape together in early 2014. But instead of dropping it themselves, Birdman put them on his Rich Gang label and they released the hit track, Lifestyle. Lifestyle went platinum and racked up hundreds of millions of streams. Quan and Thug already had momentum in the game, but that track took them to another level. Birdman originally started Rich Gang to promote his Cash Money roster, but he realized how great Quan and Thug were together and made them the faces of his crew. They dropped the mixtape, Rich Gang, The Tour Part 1, and that's when everyone understood how crazy the link-up was. The whole tape was carried by Young Thug and Quan, with only a couple of features from dudes like Pee Wee Longway and Young Ralph. Critics loved the tape, and it laid out the blueprint for what Atlanta trap would sound like for the next decade. Fans were all over the tape and wanted more music out of Thug and Quan, but that version of Rich Gang fell apart as soon as it came together. And before we get into the brutal story about why they might have actually split up, let's dive into what Quan and Thug have been saying over the years. In early 2015, Quan shocked everyone when he announced that he was taking a step back from Rich Gang to focus on his own music. After how much everyone loved the first tape, people just assumed that Thug and Quan would keep it pushing with Rich Gang. Quan made it sound like he was just going to work on a solo career for a while, but would be coming back to the crew. He always made it clear that he had love for Thug and there wasn't any issues. But after the interview drops, it sparked a beef that's still going on today. Thug was on tour with Travis Scott, and during the show he told the crowd, "This stupid lame, that nigga tripping, that bitch homie Quan." Quan went on Highly Questionable on ESPN and said that the situation hurt his feelings.
Look, my first reaction was, my brother called me homie Quan, and I took my glasses off. Like, to be honest, not to get in my feelings, it hurt.
He seemed pretty confused about the whole thing, especially since Thug could have just called him. But that was only the beginning. Quan allegedly took shots at Thug on the track You Not and rapped, "Tool on me, fuck you, homie. ABC Channel 2, homie. I done fucked around and made the news on you. Had to change shoes, waste food on them. This flashy shit ain't nothing new, homie. I've been me. You ain't you, homie. And you ain't no thug. Plus you ain't that nigga I thought you was." Quan hopped on Twitter saying, "I would never diss my brother," and said that the track was recorded over a year earlier, but not everyone was buying the story. Then later that year, a fan tried to grope Rich Homie Quan, and he told the crowd he's not rocking with that gay shit like Thug. In 2019, Thug said that the situation is the reason he could never be 100% cool with Quan ever again. Quan told it differently though. According to him, all of the issues started because their egos got in the way. He said that it was never any personal beef with Thug, but people around him were making everything more complicated. They was both blowing up at a crazy pace, and Quan always said that it was just some misunderstandings that got in the way. Ever since the beef started, Thug seemed like he was taking it way more personal than Quan. And in 2016, he told the crowd, Gucci Mane even offered them a meal to link up in his new studio for one more mixtape. But Thug told him, "You know I'm the nigga got you together when you came home, kid. I'm straight for life." Quan always showed love to Thug over the years. Back in 2021, he said that they would still run into each other in Atlanta and give each other a head nod or something. Quan even said that he was excited for Thug's new project and said that he's open to working with him again in the future. After they stopped rocking with each other, Thug's career kept blowing up while Quan faded into the background. He went on a crazy run of projects and features from 2012 to 2015. But 2016, he dropped off the face of the earth and didn't release anything at all. Quan came back to the industry for a couple years in 2017. He finally dropped his debut album and a couple tapes. But then in 2019, he stepped away from the industry again. Fans didn't know why he wasn't going hard like back in the day. But now it looks like it could be related to what's going on with Young Thug. The beef between Thug and
Revolutionary salute to our Queen Eve, to Eve for the donation to the war chest. She say, bring it full circle, King. Why? I know you always do. I appreciate the love. Revolution is a way of life. Salute, Queen.
Quan seemed like it came out of nowhere. But just a couple months before Quan took a step back from Rich Gang, a brutal murder split Atlanta into two sides. YFN Lucci is another rapper from Atlanta who's from the same area as Thug. Lucci's brother, YFN K, pushed him to hop in the booth, but his homie Big Nut is the one who really kept him going. Nut was well known all over the city and had ties to Thug too, and he helped Lucci get set up with his manager Fly. Fly managed Rich Homie Quan too, and back then, YSL and YFN didn't have any issues. Lucci, Thug, and Quan could have ran the whole city together. But in January 2015, Thug's crew allegedly murdered Big Nut. Nut was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting outside of a barbershop, and for years the police didn't have any leads. Rumors were going around that Thug and his team were behind the hit, but it wasn't until last year that they were officially charged for his death. Big Nut's murder was a tragedy for Atlanta, but what came next was even worse. According to the police, his death sparked a huge crime wave. YFN and YSL went to war over the shooting, and the cops say at least 4 more murders went down because of it. Quan was linked to Big Nut through his manager Fly, and the timing of how everything happened makes it seem like his issues with Thug might be deeper than some comments he made on stage or their egos getting in the way. He made the announcement about getting away from Rich Gang just a couple of months after Big Nut was killed, and now some people think Quan is actually snitching on his old homie over the situation. A video recently leaked where Quan is allegedly talking to somebody about the Young Thug situation. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on in the recording, but at one point it sounds like he says, Thug has something to do with it. We just can't prove it. When someone in the room asked him if it was over the beef with Thug, Quan said they never had beef, but said that shit was deeper than rap.
Why did you suspect Young Thug when you went down to my house? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of let you?
I ain't had no beef, bro. That shit was deeper than rap, man.
Thug taking out one of Quan's homies would definitely be enough to spark a beef, but it allegedly got even worse than that. Back in 2014, Rich Homie Quan's dad barely survived getting shot 4 times at a barbershop. Someone walked in and tried to rob the place, and the situation escalated until shots started going off. Quan has always been real close with his dad, and on the track Daddy, he said, when I see him in that ICU room, boy, you know I went crazy, because I couldn't see my daddy like that. That's my baby. In other words, he's my best friend. Talk to him daily. Them niggas who did it to him, I hope they praying to God, but he can't help you in this situation. His dad was shot just a few months before Big Nut, and according to some leaked paperwork, Quan thought Thug was involved with both of them. The paperwork says that during an interview, Quan revealed that his dad and Birdman had some kind of argument, and that his dad wanted Quan to fall back from them after it went down. It's not clear what really happened between all of them, but the paperwork says Quan thought they wanted to take his dad out, so he would sign with whoever Birdman and his people wanted him to. After the video of Quan speaking came out, a lot of people jumped in and accused him of snitching on Thug. And Whack 100 called him a rat and said that Quan was just jealous of Thug because of how Thug's career kept going up, but Quan fell off. Rich Homie Quan's manager, Rich Homie Monte, posted a video later and said Quan ain't snitching at all though. He said that everyone talks a little too much sometimes or to the wrong people, and that the whole culture of calling people rats is wrong. He claims that the video is actually from 2016 or 2017, and if Quan was really snitching on Thug, then the trial would have been over a long time ago. What's interesting about the situation is that fans noticed he only started going hard in the booth after Thug got hit with his case last year. He allegedly even took a shot at him on the track Bigger Problems and rapped, "Say he ain't feel no pain with the kid, he ain't never stood out in the rain with the kid. This money in his car, yeah, they came with the kid. And these niggas catching Ricos, you can't bang with the kid." No one knows if Quan is telling or not, but he's not the only old homie of Young Thug who's being accused of snitching. One of the biggest events in the YSL trial is when news broke that Gunna took a plea deal and was let go. He took an Alfred plea, which means he didn't admit guilt, but knew that the courts had enough evidence to convict him anyway. Gunna made an announcement and said he wasn't making statements or working with the cops, but then a video leaked where Gunna told a prosecutor that YSL is a gang. A lot of people in the rap game turned on him, and he addressed it all on the track I Was Just Thinking and raps. Only I done cry cause it's feeling for my bro. And you know my mind, you done watch that nigga grow. Know you hearing the lies that your little brother might fold? Yeah, I had popped out, but don't let him say I told. He's still been showing love to Thug and the crew ever since he took the deal. But Thug allegedly took a shot at him on his new album. Thug dropped the project from behind bars back in June, and on the track Jonesboro, he rapped, "Street nigga with a bunch of lies like a tigger. Y'all niggas just a bunch of dykes, fucking niggas. Nigga told and he was my homie, I can't miss him. Ain't nobody feel him." It's not clear if Thug was really talking about Gunna though. The track was probably recorded before he ever got hit with the RICO charge, unless he recorded his verse over the phone. But now, even Thug is facing snitching rumors. Back in June, news broke that Thug's lawyer Brian Still is trying to get a detective removed from the case. According to court documents, Still thinks that a cop named Detective Quinn will claim that Thug snitched in an old murder case. Quinn is listed as a witness for the prosecution, and apparently he's saying that Thug told on someone back in the day when he was in the back of a police car. Nobody knows what case they're talking about yet, but Still claims that it's unrelated to the RICO and should be thrown out. Thug has been locked up for over a year, and he was just denied bond for the 5th time. His lawyer claims that Thug is being held in horrible conditions that are causing him all kinds of issues, including a kidney problem that he had to be hospitalized for. The judge wasn't buying it though, especially after a prosecutor brought up a witness that claims Thug sent a message out that said, "Snitch hoes get murked, them and their kids." Rich Homie Quan is listed as a potential witness for the prosecution too, and if he has anything that can link Thug to his dad's shooting or Big Nut's murder, it'll be a huge blow to Thug's defense. It's still gonna be a while before the trial starts, but in July, the case took another shocking twist. In July, Thug's lawyer filed a motion to dismiss evidence that his homie Shannon S.B. Stillwell was arrested while he was in the middle of some kind of ritual. Apparently, when the cops was going around arresting everyone in YSL, they found S.B. in the middle of a religious ceremony which involved the supposed sacrifice of goats. Brian Still wants the evidence thrown out because S.B.'s religious beliefs don't have anything to do with Thug's case. But then a reporter hopped in and explained how crazy the situation is. A dude named Michael Seaton said that while he was working as a reporter in Miami, he learned all about the kind of rituals that SB was involved with. According to him, during one of their ceremonies, they wear all white and sacrifice ghosts to summon the voodoo god that runs the universe.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Them boys in there practicing voodoo on their enemies, man. And that is not no game.
The YSL case has been crazy from the jump, but this is definitely one of the wildest updates. Thug still seems like he's handling it all pretty well though. A couple days ago, a text conversation between Thug and his nephew leaked. His nephew said he misses him and is still trying to record music, and Thug told him, "I'm on the way, Jack. That's on God." Thug's trial technically started months ago, but nothing's been able to move forward because they still haven't been able to pick even one juror yet. They've brought in over 2,000 people for juror interviews, but so far none of them have worked out. And if they ever actually get 12 people for the job, it's going to be another 6 to 9 months after that before the trial ends. We won't know if Rich Homie Quan will be involved or not until they pick some jurors and get everything started. If his beef with Thug is really just about their egos getting in the way or some comments he made on stage, then the prosecution probably won't call him up. It definitely seems like there's more to the story though. If Thug was really involved with Quan's dad getting shot, then it changes everything and his testimony could help put Thug away for life. Right now, it's still too early to make a call on the situation, but tap in for updates because you never know when something shocking will
I had to play this guy. This is his manager. So I guess his name Rich Homie something. He very suspicious that he looking at this guy. Because you see, he trying to separate himself from the snitching. You know? Then he start taking up for the snitching. But it be the ones smoke blunts with you, see your picture. Now they want to grab the gun to come get you. So always somebody close to you.
This would have been gone if a nigga was telling if a nigga had something to tell.
This is manager.
Because the video that y'all got was from 2016, 2017. So why the your sources ain't been gave it to you if you got a source? Why the I had it before you did? Since your source.
So he just said he had the tape of Rich Homie Quan talking to the police before 1090 Jake and the YouTube blogs had it. He had it. like Whack 100 be having stuff. You know how Whack 100 is the gang manager because allegedly he got the tape of Gang getting knocked out at Fox Hill Mall. Yeah, but you just heard it out of his own mouth. The nigga say he had the tape. What you doing with the tape? What you told Rich Homie Quan? You gonna keep the tape to make sure he okay? See what I'm saying?
Sources. But since y'all wanted me to talk, I'm talking.
Here's another update with Stays. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for all new content.
And right. So my hand was on the spot. I saw it. We had a show together. I was like, so I'm just asking the show. Everybody been talking about it. I'm gonna give you a man to answer myself. Right. Scrub, man. Niggas know what had something to do with it. We just can't prove. Right. Point blank period. I ain't no rat. I ain't telling them. I'm just being real time. I got how much I love to let, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit real for love, bro.
So, why did you suspect Young Thug when you went down to Miami? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of led you?
I ain't had no beef, bro. That shit was deeper than rap, man. I really feel as if that was jealous of the relationship.
I shut the door.
Because you guys seem to be getting along real well before that. I mean, I saw how you guys were working together in the summer 2014.
I had to come in the house real quick. Scrape from what I had to do, sit down, and I had to come to my culture real quick and ask y'all to listen to me real quick because we being attacked right now. We being attacked in our culture right now. And I don't think y'all motherfuckers understand.
Now our culture being attacked.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all really understand what's going on. We being attacked. Some shit happened the other day. I had made a video about this snitching shit, right? The same day I made this video, I get a text message from one of my brothers about my brother. Bro, how you feel about this? Shit pissed me off like a motherfucker. Shit pissed me off. I said, oh shit. Because in my mind, I was thinking that some shit that had been going on that had been told to me happened that didn't happen. So I sat on it. I thought about it. Motherfuckers called bro and said, hey, bro, if you give us this, you know what I'm saying? This is what he telling me. We won't leak this video or whatever. Bro said, y'all gonna leak that shit anyway. Do what you got to do. Right? But in my mind, I'm thinking this was some present shit, but this was some past shit. And y'all know who my brother is. Artist, Rich Homie Quan. And the video that I had that I was finna put out, I said, damn, if I put this video out right now, all this shit just happened all in the same thing because I had already felt a certain type of way about people putting all this shit out about T.I., Boosie, Boston Richie, just every artist now Finesse 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Every artist that's in our culture has to come down this slippery slope of saying they said T.I. They have to come down this slippery motherfucking slope of saying they snitched or they ratted at some point. And my problem with this is this. The big problem that I have with this is in our culture, why the fuck are we allowing these white boys to go out here and put this negative ass shit out here? Right? They created a rat emoji. Y'all understand this? They created a rat emoji, put it on social media. The white boys go make these fake pages and put that shit out.
Rich Homie Quan manager, Rich Homie, whatever your name is, you saying a whole bunch of nothing, nigga. And that go to show is your ass definitely is guilty of something. And why did you have that tape? Was you trying to extort Rich Homie your goddamn self and then 1090 Jake then put it out? But then, oh man, we under attack. What the hell are you talking about? R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan, but he definitely was on tape telling on Young Thug, telling the police he didn't have the evidence, but they know Young Thug did it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now our culture is following this negative ass trend of saying, oh, you ratted on somebody, you ratted, or you snitched. When there's no real definition of what this shit really means, right?
Oh, man, this is ridiculous.
Y'all take this video of Quan speaking his mind about something that he feel happens to somebody that he loved dearly and saying he snitched. Well, I'm a real OG. I come from the streets for real. Today I'm gonna say that I come from it. I'm no longer a part of that street culture or none of that. But to be in it is always to be in it and to be a part of certain shit. I no longer indulge in street activity. I no longer get involved in none of that stupid ass mentality of saying I'm street. But but I come from it. I'm from the projects. I'm from the hood. I've been around this shit all my life. A lot of my family still in the hood, still doing street shit, all of the above. But what I always thought snitching was on my end was me and you we orchestrated a crime together.
See, this is where we're
you know what I did. I know what you
having managers like this. Having managers like this get you fucked up in the game. I guess that's the best thing the game did was get whack 100. He talk his ass off, but he a pit bull. Can't have no manager like this. Like Tupac said, nigga, they love you, nigga, but fear stronger than love, nigga. He'll fear them other niggas. That's serious business. That's serious business. Ask 50 Cent. How Slim switched up on him real quick. Not Slim Shady, but the nigga who was helping him before Supreme put the motherfucking press down, then he got out the way. Nigga, these type of niggas get out the way, nigga, or spike your punch, or give you the fake perks or whatever you need to get up out of here, because they getting pressed.
What you did, and I go and I tell the people exactly what we did, what we thought about, how we pulled it off, and all of the above. I got a cousin that was ratted on years ago. I stood through the whole shit about some shit that they did together. That was that. But when a man started to get his opinion about how he feel about certain shit, don't get me wrong. Certain times you can talk a little bit too much or whatever, but all y'all pussy ass niggas do that. I don't think it's a man in this world have never talked about some type of business or some type of way they felt to anybody. I don't give a fuck who you talking to.
See, the problem he making is he actually think he can convince you that Quan was just talking too much when he was telling the police, I know Young Thug did it. We know he did it. We just ain't got the evidence. Talking too much. The hell are you talking about? He trying to open up a criminal investigation. He telling the police that. That ain't pillow talk, nigga. Hell wrong with you? Yeah, what are you talking about? And you knew with him talking like that to the police, he was going to be a star fucking witness in that case. Boy, that case fell apart last week. What do you know? And when did you know?
I told my buddy the other night in the room, at some point, nigga, all niggas done snitched or whatever, because you leave from a certain situation, you go home, you tell your old lady tell her partner tell her partner. You leave from a certain situation, you go tell your partners in the room what just happened. It's one or two dudes in there that wasn't a part of it. They just heard what happened. Nigga, you tell it. Because you're not keeping it to yourself. One thing I always did after I got in my shit when I was young and I had a nigga tell on me.
What type of OG is you, nigga? Everybody getting shot at. You on YouTube talking. Them niggas getting pressed. He getting shot at. Car getting shot at. When did you come around? Rich Homie, whatever. Did you just put the Rich Homie name on? You couldn't have been part of the clip the whole time, man. Young Thug done been pressing them people, popping OG Nut, popping at the man Pops. They shot up his vehicle. Then here you come to me. I'm an OG. Listen to me. Ah, nigga. What have you been doing the whole time, OG? What are you talking about?
I seen the dude that told on me, and I said, damn, bro, what made you do that? And he said, bro, I ain't know how you were coming. You ain't know how I was coming. I ain't know. I just had to do what was best for me at a particular time. And I was young when this happened. And I understood that, and I said, you know what? Because we never had no discussions about this shit beforehand. Neither one of us had been battle tested in terms of how we was going to react to certain shit when it happened. But at the end of the day, he did his time for what he did. I did for what I did. He lived to see another day. I lived to see another day. He had to go to jail, do what he had to do. He did what he had to do.
This is because this is manager, and he trying to explain to us what happened when Rich Homie was talking to the police. But his vibe, his energy, I don't like it. And this is the type of nigga could spike your punch, give you fake perks, all that type of shit. This type of shit, when Rich Homie kicking it at his hideout, he don't want nobody at. Who you gonna call to bring your stash? You only can trust a few people. Hey, man, bring me something, man. Come on, man. Y'all know how they go. Take this nigga right here. I got you, man. But goddamn, you got to get on the road next month, nigga. You can cook it over there 2-3 weeks with her, but we got to get on the road, get that money next month, nigga. I'm going to come bring you what you need. We got to get on that road, yeah, nigga. Bring a nigga a bunch of fake drugs, nigga.
He had to do, but take your own motherfucking accountability. A lot of y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't be taking accountability for what the fuck y'all be doing. And the biggest thing you want to do is, such and such told on me. So y'all know how we need to kill this. I'm going to tell on you shit. We need to stop killing each other. Stop robbing each other. Stop planning to take this and that from another. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking down on each other.
Look at this OG. What OG after everybody getting killed around them? Then that stop.
Stop doing all this negative shit to each other in groups. You know what I'm saying? To where nobody can't fucking tell on you. Because guess what? We shouldn't be killing each other. We shouldn't be plotting on each other. We shouldn't be out here negatively talking about who snitched on who and who snitched on who. And we letting these motherfucking white boys put this shit out here on social media. They're not talking about who snitching on their side in their culture. And I've had a couple white people DM me and say, yeah, we don't even talk about that. That's not even how it goes on that side. Because that's how it go on that side. If I'm in business with you and you do something negative towards my business, them motherfuckers want you to tell. They want to know what the fuck you doing. And I'm not saying it's right. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying today is culturally, we need to kill the demons in the room of letting these motherfuckers come out here, my mixtapes, No Jumper, Jake, whoever the fuck he is with this accent, talking about all this bullshit. All y'all motherfuckers probably got paperwork, then did some pedophiles, you know what I'm saying, fucking with little boys, fucking with little girls. Ain't no telling what the fuck y'all following on these social sites with these motherfuckers. You can pull me up, motherfucker. You'll never find nothing on my tape. So when I get on this motherfucker and I'm talking in a positive manner towards my motherfucking culture. But my culture is now finessed 2 times. Jake put up here today, I just read it, and it was time for me to say it today. Oh, somebody sent me this paperwork. That's just like in our situation. And it's not my situation, but I'm a part of it, and that's my brother, and I stand beside my brother. He's sitting on the motherfucker talking about his sources in Atlanta. Well, let me say this to the world that's been looking and waiting for me to say something. If you had a motherfucking source in Atlanta, and if Quan been telling, it wouldn't have been no mistrial, or it wouldn't have been no they waiting. The shit would have been gone if a nigga was telling, if a nigga had something to tell. Because the video that y'all got was from 2016, 2017. So why the fuck your sources ain't been gave it to you if you got a source, you bitch ass motherfucker? Why the fuck I had it before you did?
What was you doing with it? That's the key to it all. What was you doing with the tape, Jack? Keep talking. Keep beating your chest like you were 8. Why did you have an extortion tape? Why was you holding that tape over Rich Homie Quan head, bro? That's like whack 100. Only people have tapes like that is people who are extorting somebody. Why did you have it? What was you doing with it? Just ask yourself that. Why did this dude have a tape of Rich Homie Quan talking to the police, telling on Young Thug, talk about they believe Young Thug committed murder? He can't explain that. He can't explain that. What if the police had raided your house for some reason and got that tape and then you put the police, what the hell? But this is an OG though. Man, please.
Your sources. But since y'all wanted me to talk, I'm talking. Because I'm tired of our culture shitting on each other. The reason my social media platform is still intact today is because everything I do is for us to be able to look at shit in the light and stand together and stop going against each other. Stop killing each other. You don't gotta like me, but don't want to kill me.
Don't forget to show Stacey some love by smashing the like button. Enjoy.
Yeah. Now you're a minister now that everybody dying all around you, right? You see, this type of shit I talk about, man. Now the OG want to be a priest. When all this nigga, everybody getting stepped on around Rich Homie Quan. He ain't talking about peace. Nigga, why'd you have that extortion tape, nigga? And they need to find out who brought the fake perks or the drink, that type of nigga. Who sent them niggas over there? That type of nigga. And I got you, man. Don't worry about it. We got to get on that road next week, though, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I'm gonna be over there. I got you, nigga. I know what you like, nigga. Come on, man. Y'all don't know how the game go, man. Come on, man. Rich Homie ducked off, nigga. Ain't too many people gonna know where he at, and he ain't gonna be going to too many people. Niggas like that is bringing him what he need, nigga. And spiking his punch and bringing
What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video. So y'all already know what's going on, man. All right, y'all. We got to talk about this real quick. Y'all already know why I'm posting this video. Y'all can see Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug on the screen. For those of y'all that don't know, because I know this is very early, and usually I don't jump to do videos this quick, but as soon as I saw this, I immediately thought about what's been going on in the Young Thug trial, right? I watch the trial every other day just to listen to it, see what's going on. It's pretty entertaining. And I couldn't help but notice what recently transpired with the situation with Rich Homie Quan and Lil Woody testifying the other day about Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop being shot up here in Atlanta a few years ago, right? Now, in today's news, Rich Homie Quan has supposedly passed away from an OD. We don't have any further details. Just off of doing some searching through a bunch of comments and, you know, people who say they are close to the situation, someone says a bad pill is probably what it was and that it was lace, right? Blah, blah, blah. Instantly, I thought about the fact. Now, I want to do this video. I want to do it quick. I don't want to make it too long. And we got to listen to the clip from the trial where Lil Woody was talking about Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop being shot up. Now, Rich Homie Quan also just talked about this maybe a couple days ago in an interview he did. He said that Lil Woody, he stretched the situation. It didn't happen as drastic as Lil Woody talked about. And he seemed a little tense when he talked about it, right? But I don't believe in coincidences. To me, coincidences don't exist in this world. It's hard for me to believe that his name is just circling the internet through this trial, and all of a sudden, a week later, a few days later, he ODs. To me, it doesn't make sense. So I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick for the people that don't know, because like I said, I'm super early, but I wanted to get on here and drop a video immediately because I questioned it right off back, and it's already people hitting me up like, ain't no way. So with that being said, y'all, look, we're going to watch just a short clip of Lil Woody bringing up the whole Rich Homie situation in the trial. Then I'll show y'all how Rich Homie Quan responded. Then I'll come back and just talk a little bit more. And if this, you know, gets updated to an official narrative of how he died, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But for now, check this out.
Going to ask you about the shooting of Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop. Okay? Is that okay?
No.
Okay, well, I got to do it. You're aware that Rich Homie Quan's father does own a barbershop in Atlanta, correct?
I guess.
Okay. 2014, someone shot up Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop, correct?
I guess.
Okay. And this was a big deal. Rich Homie Quan, at least at that time, was a well-known rapper.
I'm listening.
Okay. And Rich Homie Quan was trying to find answers to who shot up his father's barbershop, correct? I mean, he came to you for answers.
All right.
You knew Rich Homie Quan, right?
Something like that.
Okay. And he came to you for answers, and he told you that he thought Trevante Turner threat shot up his father's barbershop.
Right.
And you took it upon yourself to convince Rich Homie Quan that it was not threat.
Right.
And you did that, at least partially, because you knew that Rich Homie Quan was thinking about putting money on Threat's head, correct?
I'm listening.
And when I say money on Threat's head, taking out a contract to have to have Trevante Turner, Threat, killed.
I'm listening.
25,000, right?
I'm listening.
Okay. On January 28th, 2015, you were asked by investigator Dennis about the shooting of Rich Homie Quan's father's barbershop, correct?
You said when?
January 28th, 2015, during the interviews that we've been talking about.
All right.
Okay. The interviews that you've said you lied in, right?
Uh-huh.
Basically shooting up your dad's barbershop.
What is a liar? The barbershop did get shot up, but it wasn't like, I don't want to talk much to it, but it wasn't like he has over exaggerated it, because the same day the barbershop got shot up, it was up and running. So it couldn't have been like what he said it was. So we're gonna hold that down. Shout out to Woody. But niggas know.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'm not insinuating that either of those clips says that they're about to sacrifice Rich Homie Quan, but this is just for context and the fact that coincidences don't exist. There's no way a bone in my body will believe that his name just came up in court. He just responded to the situation. Now, all of a sudden, Rich Homie Quan ODs. Now, I don't know what people do in a long time. He never gave off the vibe that he does a lot of drugs. Rich Homie Quan has talked about being depressed, but who doesn't talk about that? Maybe he does some pills every now and then. Maybe so. Who knows? He never gave off that vibe to me. But I think it's safe to say something very fishy is going on here. When Thug first got locked up, Lil Key died maybe a week or two later. And now as this trial is starting to come to an end, because the new judge said that she wants this trial to be over by February of next year. Now all of a sudden, Rich Homie Quan is dead. So something is not making sense right now. And it seems like that Rich Homie Quan somehow became expendable. And that another soul has been collected. Now, if y'all want to know the relevance and what the shooting of Rich Homie Quan's dad barbershop has to do with anything, I think it goes like this, right? So y'all heard in the clip with Woody, right? Threat, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that he said, or that Rich Homie Quan said shot the barbershop up was Threat. If I'm not mistaken, Threat is YSL, right? So I don't know the complete details, but this is why the stuff is coming out in trial, because anything that has to do with YSL that happened back in 2015 is going to come up. Why? Because Big Nut died in 2015. Y'all remember, we did a video on the death of Big Nut. We covered a couple other people in YSL as well. We also covered them sacrificing goats and all that stuff some people in YSL was doing, because I think one of them was found by the police. He was literally sacrificing goats right before they arrested him. Wild story, right? So if I'm not mistaken, that's where that story comes from. And it all ties back to Big Nut, Rich Gang, Birdman, and,
if you pay attention to the video I dropped earlier about this situation, when I first heard Rich Homie Quan was dead, I say, damn, them boys Young Thug and them practicing voodoo. I was at work and I didn't even know that a person in his crew was busted practicing voodoo. That's the first thing I said was, damn, them niggas practicing voodoo. So that's crazy, because I thought that, but then when I heard that it supposed to be a fake pill or whatever, I said, oh shit, yeah, it's hanky panky doesn't happen here. But that's crazy.
Basically Big Nut having like some kind of quality control or deal with Rich Homie Quan, all the stuff that was going on with Rich Gang, and the reason why Rich Homie Quan didn't continue making music with Thug was because they killed Big Nut. It's just a lot of stuff. The backstory is deep, and it's a bunch of different, things to know about it before you could really get to the truth, because it's just so scattered. A lot of stuff happened around that whole Rich Gang movement, and them basically trying to like get the rights to all the music and have Rich Homie Quan be officially a part of Rich Gang, and, managed by Birdman back then. So even watching the case as much as I have, you still don't know all the information about it, but that's where this stuff steams from. Now, why the guy shot up the barbershop, I'm not sure. Maybe it was to send a message. Who knows? That reason has not been confirmed.
That's crazy too, because now that Rich Homie Quan just died, what happened every time somebody died. They streaming, go through the roof. Birdman owned the rights. That's what Rich Homie Quan said. It was Bad Business went on. Birdman owned that Rich Gang shit. Birdman finna make millions, Birdman finna make a lot of money in the next couple of days off that Rich Gang music, because people gonna go stream all that boy music, man. And he don't own that Rich Gang shit.
At least I haven't heard so. I'm very early. I don't have any other news. All they said was a possible OD. But who wouldn't put together the fact that all of this stuff just came out about Rich Homie Quan? But who wouldn't put it together the fact that they were just talking about the situation when his dad's barbershop got shot up? He's circling back around the internet, and now all of a sudden, he OD'd. This is natural stuff to question. Even if y'all don't believe in this kind of stuff with the industry, this is natural. This is something natural that you question to be very fishy. It doesn't make sense. The timing is right along with him possibly being sacrificed. And I'm from this city. I'm from Atlanta. So, you know, it hits here quick. Like, people get to going quick, you know, like, we gonna be questioning what's going on immediately. But y'all already know me. I do that with anybody that's involved in the industry. But I had to jump on this immediately. Like I said, that's all the news that's out there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm not gonna keep...
Wait, what? Oh no. Rap Fire TV. Rest in peace, Rich Homie. Now, we all know Rich Homie Quan has been in the game for a while, making hit after hit. Rich Homie Quan has several multi-platinum and also gold hits with many other artists as well. Unfortunately, Rich Homie Quan has passed away. Friends close to the rapper say it's due to the use of no-way products and he OD'd. But some fans are speculating foul play, seeing the rapper's name was brought up during Young Thug's YSL case many times. As we all know, Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug had a brotherly relationship. They even called each other's bae and hubby at one point in the game, and people thought they were actually dating. But this rumor was said to be untrue. They were just homies and tied to Birdman's Rich Gang organization. But then things went left with Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug's relationship. Things spiraled out of control in the streets, allegedly. And there's a viral video going around from Young Thug's case when YSL Woody mentioned Young Thug had beef with Rich Homie Quan during an investigation.
2015, did you have a beef with Rich Homie Quan?
No, I never had beef with Rich Homie.
And isn't it true that you told police that Thug had an issue with Rich Homie Quan because he brought some IF gang members to his condo?
No, Threat had issues with Rich Homie Quan.
I didn't ask about Threat. I asked about what you told police regarding Thug having an issue with Rich Homie.
And this is what I mean about the case just blew up in their face. Woody told them, no, I didn't say I had no beef or Thug. Threat had beef. Threat's dead. Threat's dead. Woody just blew Woody blew that whole nut murder case up. But they didn't break a sweat because they knew their star witness was Rich Homie Quan. You see, Rich Homie Quan was gonna have to get on the stand and repeat what he had already told the police. And that's what they knew. Thug did it, but they just couldn't prove it.
Homie Quan bringing individuals from IF gang to his apartment.
Thug was protecting Rich Homie Quan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, like I keep telling you, y'all don't have y'all facts together.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm asking you.
Did you hear that? He told them people, no, Thug protected them. That was their star witness. No, Thug was protecting them. And they know you lying. That ain't what Rich Homie Quan said. Rich Homie Quan was gonna have to get on that stand, man, to save their case. They needed him to save their case. He dead now. R.I.P.
You a specific question. Did you tell police that Thug had an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of IF gang to his condo?
Again, when I'm talking to the investigators, I'm going to tell them anything to get them out of me. But as I sit right here, I'm telling you the God and the truth that Thug, I had an issue with Rich Homie through Threat. And about my partner, whatever he went on with, They don't have nothing to do with YSL. Y'all trying to make it seem like this has some just because they don't have nothing to do what I do and what Threat do, they don't have nothing to do with YSL.
I still don't think I heard an answer. Did you tell police that Thug had an issue with Rich Homie Quan? I don't think you did. Oh, if you did, I did not hear you. So
I'm sorry. I said it. Thug was trying to protect Rich Homie. He was calling us saying that, man, hey man, leave Rich Homie alone. Like, yo, he don't tell me what to do.
So that still didn't answer the question. Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of If Gang to his apartment?
Thug, did you have an issue with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
Okay.
Just a few days ago, Rich Homie Quan sat down with a podcaster named Elena to discuss a possible reunion between Rich Homie and YSL Young Thug. Shout out to Elena. Check it out.
I don't know, because we do have a lot of unreached. We do have a lot of music that hasn't been released, but who knows what the future holds? First and foremost, let's free Thug, let's free anybody locked up, let's free Lil Woody. It's a touchy situation, so I try not to talk about it a lot, but I don't know what the future holds, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a conversation, and then it'll start from there.
Damn. So not only did we lose Rich Homie Quan to an alleged OD, we also lost Memphis rapper Big Scar and Love Enchanting, both with 1017 Gucci's label. A lot of people question were these rappers victim of foul play, but no one has the answer. Even Gangsta Boo from Memphis lost her life due to an alleged OD. But rapper Player Fly says somebody got Gangsta Boo out of here. It's a setup. Damn. Exclusive. Listen closely.
Yep, I'm gonna come on out and say it. I think they killed on Boo too. Yep, that's what I think. But shit, nobody give a fuck what the hell I think. You know me? I'm just, Mr. Powder. Mr. You know me. Yeah, I think they killed on Boo too. Yeah, glad it's killed. Yeah, but that's another story. I need to leave it alone, or y'all and them condemn me. But justice for Tyree. Yeah, justice for Tyree, most definitely. We won't get justice for nobody else. Let's get justice for Tyree. Yeah.
Comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation. We've lost so many rappers.
Maybe not. They probably just took holiday break. Because these niggas ain't going nowhere anyway. It's not they getting out of jail.
First.
Yeah. Yeah, they
First that
let's look up like a documentary on this.
Atlanta police are on the scene of a triple shooting.
Neighbors in Atlanta. Wait, holy.
With Birdman down here, and they were doing the Rich Gang video. He gave all of the Rich Gang short. They had the Rich Gang on. Nut told her to take that shit off.
Nut told y'all to take it off?
Yeah.
What was Bird's reaction that day when he said?
He ain't say shit. They just made her get a sweater back. He took them off. Hey, they put them up.
How did it
we went our way, they went that way.
doubt, man. Get with it, get it rolled over, man. This is your nut, man. I'm letting you know it.
You was about to link with Birdman, you said?
Yeah, he was gonna link with Birdman on some business reasons, though. Like, he was starting big business entertainment. You know what I mean? Me, Luke, Greedy, the family.
You said Luke, who that?
That Lucci, YFN Lucci. Then before all the new generation time, they don't know about this. This shit past 07. This shit 03, 02. You know what I mean? I remember Nut told up Boosie was coming down here. We walked Boosie to Crucial. We made sure Boosie was straight. You know what I mean? I remember Rick Ross came down here. I remember Nut paved the way for a lot of folk when they came down here. I was right there, bro. I was 15, 16, man.
What was his business in the music industry? How did he get so close to people like that?
He got close to a lot of people just because how their name was. He was popping. He wasn't regular. This ain't no regular young nigga just, you know what I mean? When Nut party come, Nut might invite a rapper to his party.
So how did he get the link with Bird?
Just moving around, being a big dog, traveling. Say they seen him at a club one day and I guess walked past Birdman and dapped him up and he was like, who the hell is that? Type shit. And they were like, shit, they the biggest blood in the city.
I got one of the biggest bloods in America with me, my nigga. You did. Atlanta, Georgia.
Shout out to city. It big.
It be the one smoke blunts with you. See your picture. Now they want to grab the guns and come and get you. If you pay attention to this motherfucker story, nigga, Young Thug, in his mind, the gang culture, he couldn't be the big dog. Nut was in the way. And then Birdman got to seeing what was going on. You see what Nut had Rich Homie Quan, Nut had Lucci. That's crazy. These some demonic ass niggas, bro. Young Thug sitting right there. Yeah, this the biggest blood in the city. What you want it to be, nigga? That's crazy.
It Nut. So he wanted to link and fought with him out of the respect Shawty had. You know what I mean? Like,
what came from that when Young Thug introduced Nut to Birdman? What came of that between Nut and Birdman?
Shit big was basically shit just explaining to us like shit. He trying to put the rap shit together. He trying to do some shit with Birdman and big in entertainment.
Birdman seen he wasn't no studio blood, was a real big dog. They had to get him out the way. That's real motherfucker talk, nigga. That's why I said in the beginning, nigga, Thug get out of jail free card is Birdman ass, nigga. Birdman behind a lot of this motherfucker shit. Niggas don't know that though.
He trying to get him to fuck with him so he can make this shit pop. I don't know if it was gonna be a partnership, a deal, or whatever they had going on. I just know he'll come back and let us know what's going on. Like shit, everything almost smooth. You know what I mean? I mean, he had
what Rich Homie Quan said. He say, man, they want to get my daddy out the way, so then I'll be forced to fuck with them. I wouldn't have nobody there. Not only get his daddy out the way, get Nut out the way too. Get Nut out the way, get his old man out the way. And who he said wanted to do that? Birdman. That's what Rich Homie Quan said. That's what Birdman wanted to do. He didn't say Young Thug wanted to do that to sign him. Come on, man. Rich Homie Quan already knew, nigga, that shit that was going on. Birdman was the one sitting back making the real boss moves. Thug is a fucking pawn, bro, at the end of the day in this shit.
I remember he had Starter Watch on one day. He came back to the site like this Starter Watch out. Let me keep it, motherfucker. We couldn't believe that shit. You know what I mean? I remember Birdman actually came down here, man, 4th Ward, our hood, to visit him, man, on Auburn Avenue, man. I was there. Me, Greedy, all up. They went to the studio with folk recording and stuff.
Birdman came to town, and then Birdman put up the money for that lifestyle song in the video with him and Rich Homie Quan. Boom, the Rich Gang, new Rich Gang started. Nut was Quan, but he was cool with Thug. But he had power over Quan. Birdman wanted Quan to bow down, come up under the Rich Gang. And Nut was like, no. And then disputes came.
When Birdman was down here, and they were doing the Rich Gang video shoot. He gave all of the Rich Gang shit.
Oh, man, that's fucked up, man.
They had the Rich Gang on. Nut told her to take that shit off.
Nut told y'all to take it off?
Yeah. I told Birdman, shit, if you want her to wear this shit, you better put Birdman on that shit. So I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if to play the fact that that shit away. I don't know if a motherfucker took it like a nigga tried him or something. Cause the man is a boss, man. You can't say something. Shit, it levels to this shit to any man.
So you saying you think it's a possibility Bird could have took that wrong?
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna put my face on it.
What was Bird's reaction that day when he said what he said?
Nut was a real Birdman, a real nigga from the street. So I'm not slighting Birdman, you know. But Nut was still in the streets. See, here's the difference. Birdman been living penthouse for a long time. Nut sniff. Bird was trying to play him and was trying to poach the talent and wasn't gonna make him a boss. See, Birdman never wanted Nut in the Maybach. No, nigga, they want to take the artist, get your ass out the way. And Birdman seen he had a young hyena who was willing to make it happen while Birdman sat back states away on islands and shit like that. And that was Young Thug, nigga, and he needed to get. But I told you this. Who got rich today? Birdman. Why? Because the streaming, that's the money gonna be made. He owns the Rich Gang catalog. A lot of people gonna be streaming that Rich Gang music, man. Birdman sitting back rubbing his devilish hands today.
He ain't say shit. They just made her get a sweater back. And he took them motherfucker back. They put him up.
How did
we went our way, they went that way. Shit, we ain't get in the video no more.
So y'all were there to get in the video though?
Yeah, it probably been some video shit. Cause it was supposed to be some movement shit, I guess. Shit didn't have Bird Gang on, man. We ain't wearing that shit. That was Big said, there I go. We ain't got no say so.
He was a real boss. Birdman can't have that around.
Big got to say so.
He was a real blood.
Was the bridge still laid from Cash Money to Big? After that incident, was the bridge still laid to
I'm saying they were still fucking with each other. I don't really think it was no bad blood for that shit. I think Birdman understood that shit though. I don't think he was like, man, you tried me, I ain't getting woo. I think he was like, I understand, man. You know, I respect that, man. Cause everybody is their own people too. You know what I mean? That's like a person, that's like Big coming shit in New Orleans where he at and try to tell him put this shit on. Shit, Bird might be like, hell nah, I'm going Gucci, young blood. I don't want that shit.
Here in Southwest Atlanta, McDaniel Street is still closed, and it has been for more than 3 hours. That's because there are shell casings up and down the street. Investigators say it appears to have been a drive-by shooting, and according to several witnesses we spoke with, an automatic weapon was used.
When Nut got pushed on the 15th, on the 16th in the morning at 8 a.m., I was the first at Nut Mama house. And she grabbed me, said, they killed my baby, pulled me on her bed and held me like a kid, crying that they killed her son.
It's certain shit I can't speak about, but I will tell you, the city of Atlanta already knew what happened. All the shit they seeing going on in the trial and all that bullshit and all that, the city already know what's going on, man. You know what I mean? It was a hate crime. I'm gonna tell you that.
Say, bro, is it safe to ask, is the YFN and YSL still relevant in Atlanta today? Is it still a sensitive topic, sensitive thing?
You just see what they said on news since everybody been locked up on that YFN, YSL shit, the crime rate went down. So that tell you a lot right now. Shit, that what statistics said. That what the news just said. Shit, somebody died in this shit.
All them boys, Rich Homie Quan, Lucci, and Thug, they all could have been together, man. They all could have been together. Birdman didn't want that, nigga. But all them niggas could have been together because all of them respected Nut. But it seemed like Birdman turned Young Thug against Nut and then post Young Thug. And then Young Thug went at Lucci and Young Thug went at Rich Homie Quan, nigga. That's a fact, nigga.
How can you forgive somebody? Blood already been shed in this shit. Ain't no squashing shit. That go for anybody. Even if a motherfucker wanted to call it truth, from how I look at it, I ain't saying it. I'm just saying motherfuckers even wanted to call truths and shit. At this point in time, that shit will never happen. Cause blood don't been shed, too much don't happen in this shit. You know what I mean?
What's up with YF and Gucci right now?
Who Luke? Luke just got to do about 2 years. He got about 2 years, 3 years.
They stay silent.
Stay silent. I parked the bird, don't lock that. What they gave Bird, blood?
Some years, 6 years, some in one on.
You speak to him lately? Talk to him.
I ain't talked to him. My partner Quay be talking to him all the time. I hit him up on Instagram all the time to time.
Man, now he just be in his own straight.
They just be in their own straight. They just riding their clock, handling their bed.
What it looks like for when you come home?
Shit, lovely. Shit, you stay silent. The green can't do nothing but be green.
I can't do nothing.
You know what I mean? Shit. Who don't want to fuck with you? Shit, you a real nigga shot. YFN stay silent. I can't say nothing about them, boy. This shit facts. Luke stayed silent. My partner don't stay silent. People I grew up with. My partner Bird locked up behind that shit. My partner Greedy locked up for that shit. Lil Reggie. I got real friends. I grew up locked up for this shit.
In a mass that left 5 people injured in the Mechanicsville neighborhood. Active police investigation happening on Cooper Street. This is in the Mechanicsville neighborhood.
At some point in your life, you lived in Mechanicsville.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And as I understand it, your life hasn't always been easy.
My life ain't never been easy.
What you think about Woody coming home and then blowing up after the fact?
Man, I think that shit be like some industry plant type shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no way in hell you doing it, then you just blowing up like that. I don't know who the hell giving him all these utilities and all this shit to goddamn just blow this shit up like that. But, hey, boy, y'all good as a motherfucker right now. Y'all got the nigga the more talked about person on the internet. But where I come from, bro, well, I don't respect no snitch, bro. You know what I mean? They from a whole different side. We forward, Pink City, Fall Street. Boy, Mechanicsville. I got friends I fought with from Mechanicsville, but I ain't no disrespect. Shout with them one. He probably younger than me, y'all older than him. So they probably wouldn't know me anyway.
Let's say Big didn't die today, right now, what would you do?
If Big went dead right now, we'll be millionaires. Big would be worth $100 million right now. He was the one, bro. How can a nigga who give everybody everything be living 2024 where real niggas don't exist no more? Boy, you will have everything and more. Cause everybody will be coming to you cause you the only real nigga left.
Get rolled over, man. This is your nut, man. I'm letting you know it.
Went for home. We wouldn't be right here, nigga. I got one of the biggest bloods in America with me, my nigga. You did. Cause I'm a Georgia nigga. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? Today we going like big shout out to Birdman and YMCMB Rich Gang, YMCMB for life.
Okay. How does it feel to make a meal when you ain't even signed yet? Hey, I'm sitting here like fuck a deal, cause it ain't even crossed my mind yet.
We begin tonight with a developing story. Atlanta police are on the scene of a triple shooting, and one of the victims is a teenager. The shooting happened outside a barber shop, and tonight one victim is clinging to life. Channel 2's Jessica Jaglois is live at the scene where there's still a very heavy police presence. Jessica.
As you can see behind me, there is still quite the active scene here in Southwest Atlanta. McDaniel Street is still closed, and it has been for more than 3 hours. That's because there are shell casings up and down the street. Now, I'm told one of the men who was shot, a man in his mid-20s, is in critical condition, but that his status could change for the worse overnight.
It appears that they were the intended target, but again, I'm not sure the reason of the shooting.
Atlanta police are investigating why two men in their mid-20s and a 14-year-old boy were shot outside of a barber shop in Southwest Atlanta Saturday night.
Right now, it doesn't appear that they had anything connection to the business. They were just kind of hanging out, is what we appear.
Investigators say it appears to have been a drive-by shooting, and according to several witnesses we spoke with, an automatic weapon was used.
Heard like a semi-automatic or something. And I came running to the front of the gate because my Uncle Sammy be hanging.
Sugar Thomas is one of dozens of residents who weren't allowed into their apartments while police investigated. K-9 units were used to locate additional shell casings and other evidence.
Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon. And we're coming back with another video. So y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. Today we're here as a part of the murder culture series where, you know, we tackle a couple of different cases of people that we know were just, you know, that there was no conspiracy. We know exactly what happened. We know how it happened. For people that haven't been watching these videos, just to bring a little bit of a mix up of content to this channel. But, you know, we still kind of break it down and weigh all possibilities at the end of the day of what we think might have happened. This video in particular is on Donovan Big Nut Thomas. Now, a lot of you may be aware of this case already, as it involves a huge state RICO that involves Young Thug and YSL. I'm not going to take this video to do like an entire documentary on YSL, you know, Young Thug RICO case. It's not really what this video is for. We're more just going into the depth of Big Nut, why we think it happened. You know, just kind of going to a bit of the people that were involved, a little bit into Young Thug as well. I thought this would be a really good video early in this series to go ahead and drop, considering that it's very relevant. And the YSL RICO case is currently in the trial phase right now. Now, it is a bit of a mess if you've been keeping up with the case, but they haven't really got deep into the trial yet. So I'm sure a lot of why Big Nut was killed will come out soon, as in the actual real truth. Now, we're going to get into the speculation, and we're going to get into what I believe is the closest to why Thug ordered Big Nut to be killed. I got a supporting clip from JT the Bigger Figure. If y'all know who he is, when I play the clip, some of y'all might recognize his face. I just kind of wanted to come in right here as a second introduction to the video. Before we go into the clip, just to let y'all know what's going on. You know, I'm going to treat this video as I've done in the past. I'll read the official narrative of how Big Nut was actually killed and who was involved that basically, you know, Young Thug ordered to do the hit. Now, all of this information is public information. You can look it up for yourself. But y'all already know I'm going to cover it toward the end of this video. But with that being said, we're going to get into this first clip because I feel like it's very important. And there was someone that was around both of them when it started. He was very good friends with Big Nut. So he's going to kind of give us a little bit of background of how this started. So check this out.
At Nut Mama house, the night he got killed, I'm the first that was at Nut Mama house. I'm the pay for where he buried at cemetery. I paid for that plot because I told his mama we ain't doing no fundraising. We ain't asking for nothing. You can't test my loyalty, bro, or talk any type of side about my business with Thug that I paid for. And now whatever happened after that, what you thought I was gonna do? Spend all them thousands of dollars on these songs and videos and then don't cash out? This the perfect time to cash out. Nut Mama, y'all ain't going to go see Nut Mama. When I'm in Atlanta, I go see Nut Mama. She come to my house. What is you talking about? You just mad that I'm a boss, that I pay for everything. I'm not no dumb. Boy, I'm from California. Yeah, I live in Atlanta. Yeah, I represent West Side Atlanta because I own my house there. I don't own in Cali. So if I'm just name dropping Cali, that's just because where I was born. I own nothing over there. I own my West Side Atlanta, and they're gonna shoot the I want to take bullets by it, no police involved, and RIP Nut forever. And whatever my business with Thug was, Thug done that. Might not be this year. That shit happened with Nut, nigga, in 2015. 2015, nigga. All these years later, this nigga Thug is paying for it. The streets already knew. Now the world know. And this is facts. Whether he win or lose, that ain't up to me. That's up to God, the judge, the jury, the DA, and his lawyers. You hear me? But I made a post a few minutes ago about you niggas keep leaving comments like, why you posting Thug? I thought you fuck with Nut. Nigga, me, Nut, and Thug was all together, nigga. Before me and Nut came together, me and Thug came together. But me and Nut was already, you know, networking. But nigga, I'm not no Crip or no Blood. You know what I mean? And then Birdman came to town, and then Birdman put up the money for that lifestyle song in the video with him and Rich Homie Quan. Boom, the Rich Gang, new Rich Gang started. Nut was fucking with Quan, but he was cool with Thug. But he had power over Quan. And then disputes came. Once the disputes came, it wasn't good business no more. The hate and the jealousy. Birdman want Quan, nigga, to bow down, nigga, and come up under the Rich Gang. And Nut was like, no, nigga, you was not finna sign that 360 deal ass shit, nigga, and be a broke rapper up under Birdman. Sorry about that. True story. So what did that leave me at? Nigga, I chose sides with Nut. Nigga, but before the murder, I was the nigga that was still with Birdman and Thug that could tell Nut this was happening over here. And that bitch ass nigga Pee-wee, nigga start hating. Cause nigga, I put up all the money, nigga, while Thug was up under the Rich Gang, nigga, he accepted my racks, nigga. My 30 bands, nigga, we did 7 songs, nigga, and did some video footage, nigga. Photo shoots and shit. But before I could drop it, the murder happened. Now the beef is on. Nigga, so I know, nigga, I was in the middle of this shit. The next day, when Nut got killed on the 15th, on the 16th in the morning at 8 a.m., I was the first nigga at Nut mama house. And she grabbed me, said, they killed my baby, nigga, and pulled me on her bed, nigga, and held me like a fucking kid, crying that they killed her son. Nigga, don't play with me, nigga. My thoroughbred footsteps in this shit, nigga, is thorough. So when I see them little comments, I just said, let me talk to all of them niggas. Cause can't no nigga in Atlanta tell me nothing. No nigga in no state could tell me nothing. See, when you depend on niggas, that's when they can control you. When you ask a gang or a block to help you, defend you, that's when nigga got say so. Can't no nigga in Atlanta say they shot for me, punched a nigga for me, helped me with none of my smoke. Nigga, I handled that shit.
All right, y'all. So for those of you that may have not, been aware of how it all started, that clip pretty much gives you insight to why, some of the problems started between Young Thug, Big Nut, and Birdman. Now, anytime you ask someone the questions on, why was Nut killed, what truly happened, you'll get a few different responses depending on who you ask or the source that you go to. I went directly to the source that provides, the facts about it. And, it's kind of speculation still, unless you hear it from Nut himself or Thug himself or Birdman himself. It's closest to,
Young Thug,
the facts of what's probably going to come out in the trial, because it comes from the case itself. The journalist, I forget the dude's name, it's like Chittle or something like that, who basically reports on a lot of stuff out of Atlanta. And he was on Vlad TV, and he kind of talked about the real reason why Nut was actually killed. Now, before going into that, real quick, you have to talk about Birdman. You have to bring up Birdman in this case, because, Birdman is not part of the RICO. He's not a part of anything when it comes to Thug and YSL. Now, this murder is not the only reason why there is a RICO against Thug and YSL. There's a lot of other shootings, a lot of other stuff that happened that took place to where, the DA was just like, all right, we finally got enough. They just keep doing it. It keeps going on and on, a bunch of gang violence, gang activity. So boom, we hit them with a RICO. We put a stop to everything that we've been collecting over the last, 10 years or so. The murder, is probably the most high profile out of the entire RICO. That was like the biggest murder case that they kind of had pinned on Thug, and the dudes that did it, the 4 other dudes that was in the car in that Infinity that Thug had rented. I know y'all remember that. Thug rented the Q50 Infinity back in 2015, just a few days before Nut was killed, and ordered 4 people to go and do the hit. I think it was 4 or 5, but we'll get into that exact narrative when I read it. So back to Birdman, right? Now, we all remember what happened with Birdman and Lil Wayne. Birdman didn't want to pay up Lil Wayne, and it just seemed like it was some of the most, I don't even know what to call it, because we all know how this industry goes. It's a dirty game, and money, or as they say, the love of money being the root of all evil, plays right in the middle of the dirty game that these artists, these execs, these producers play when it comes to, their label, their artists, so on and so on. It's a devil's game at the end of the day. And we know if Birdman was willing to basically use Young Thug and his homies to go at Lil Wayne, if he's willing to use Thug and his homies to shoot up Wayne tour bus to try to kill him so he doesn't have to pay Wayne what was rightfully owed to Wayne, Wayne being everything for Cash Money, everything for Young Money. There wouldn't be no Cash Money without Wayne. Hell, there wouldn't be a Thug without Wayne. Thug even said Wayne was his favorite artist. In the beginning, you could hear Wayne influence all over Thug's music. He really, he kind of modeled everything after Wayne. But back to the point, if Birdman was really willing to basically try and order a hit on Wayne just because of money that he was rightfully owed, what do you think Birdman would do to be able to, basically usher in, like how they had the whole Rich Gang thing going back in 2013, 14, right after Thug dropped Danny Glover and the Lifestyle song. That was the biggest thing in rap at that time. So Birdman wasn't trying to have anything in the middle of that messing up the money, as far as how the situation goes with Nut and Rich Homie Quan. And now, I don't know if y'all remember this. Remember, these guys, bro, I don't know what they be thinking when they be calling each other while somebody in jail and telling all their business. I know it's a little blurry, but I'm gonna read it to you. This was a jailhouse call that was recorded when Birdman called Pee Wee about him basically handling business on trying to shoot up Wayne tour bus. And it says, time for you to come out here and get your money.
That's crazy that people forget about. They had Birdman on tape. I'll never forget hearing that tape. Birdman talking about, that's eye-opening. And then talking about what he had for that man when that man came home. What you got for that man? What? That's the man that shot Wayne tour bus up. The feds got that call and everything, man.
Money. You did everything you could do, boss. It's eye-opening, strictly business, man. And that's what Birdman said to Pee Wee. Think about that. They literally on the phone while Buddy locked up. And he telling him it's time for you to come out here and come get your money for, basically following Wayne tour bus after a show and shooting the shit up. Trying to hit Wayne, which, thankfully he wasn't in the tour bus.
That's the only, Wayne wasn't a damn tour bus. Wayne and his daughter, they was at the back of the tour bus. Now, I believe Birdman was scanning. Birdman told them people, remember, the tour bus driver almost got hit. They shot at the front of the tour bus. Birdman know Wayne ain't chilling in no motherfucking front of no tour bus, nigga. The rapper gonna be at the back. Birdman told them niggas what to clap at. This was to get Wayne mind right. Birdman was not trying to kill Wayne. He ain't gonna fuck with the bag. He's trying to let him know how dangerous it is to keep going against the grain and talking about leaving Cash Money.
Think about the extent that they were willing to go through back then. So obviously Nut at the time was a manager of Rich Homie Quan. That's why JT the Bigger Figure said Nut had power over Quan. But he was getting in between business with Rich Gang. So, you know, YFN Lucci wasn't, I guess you could call him a nobody at this time. You know, he wasn't a part of any of this. You know, the beef with Lucci came after the murder. Another one of the rumors to why Nut was killed was that someone around Nut ran off with a watch or, you know, up to 1.5 million worth of either a watch or something, you know, that basically Birdman owned. You know, that's why I say if you, depending on what source you go to, you know, you'll get a couple different answers on why
support fam
Nut was killed. From what I found that Big Nut was actually already an informant. Which also goes back to why there was a tweet where Thug had said people that talk in court should be killed. Now, they have that on record. That's a part of basically the evidence that's against Young Thug and him actually ordering the hit on Big Nut. But we know in the age that we live in today, people tell on themselves. If it's not, you know, directly, it's indirectly by, you know, tweeting something like Thug had to say. And if I'm not mistaken, that was after the hit. So that made it even more incriminating. He was already working for the DA here in Atlanta. Now, y'all already know how the streets goes. Even if, you know, people get just a slight whiff of you that you working with the feds or you some kind of informant, you'll be checked off the list very soon after that, which is why, you know, they have that recording and, you know, Thug basically getting the okay from the guy that is the head of Sex Money Murder. And he is locked up. He's not even locked up in the state of Georgia. In that convo, which I don't know if they had, I'm assuming, you know, I don't know if this was through mail or if this was on the phone, but if they got the actual text of what was said between Thug and the leader of Sex Money Murder, it said something about like sacrifices have to be made, something. I think I had screenshotted a picture of the actual text that was either, you know, heard on the phone, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't through mail. I'm pretty sure this is something where they were trying to code how they were talking, and the phones obviously are tapped in federal prisons or wherever this dude is housed at, who's the leader of Sex Money Murder. So that's how they got the actual text of what was said back and forth between Thug and that dude. So, you know, it was basically a hit that was approved from the leader of Sex Money Murder, which is a well-known blood gang. Now, to give y'all a little bit more detail and support about Thug and the guy Kyle Ori, that's his name, the leader of Sex Money Murder that is currently in jail, the guy that Young Thug had a conversation with after the hit took place. Now, it says Young Thug's rise to stardom ran in parallel with a gang war between feuding set of Bloods. Conflict erupted in 2015 following the assassination of Bloods gang leader Donovan Peanut Thomas. Prosecutors alleged that Williams, Young Thug, rented the car used by 5 gang members, including rising rap star Yak Gotti. If y'all remember Yak Gotti was the one that was standing on top of YFN Lucci's car when Lucci was inside the mall. It kind of like went viral on Instagram. And he was one of the guys that was a part of, you know, he was in a car when they did the drive-by on Thomas back in 2015, also with the guy YSL SB, who also, he just got arrested, I think that was about a year ago, for another murder that they did under the highway in Atlanta as well. He basically went on a little chase. Helicopter was chasing him. I think he was in a white Audi. He got out of a car in a neighborhood and they arrested him on camera. Like the video is online, you can see it.
And earlier this week, a 23-year-old identified by the Fulton County Medical Examiner as Shymel Dranks was found shot to death. Police found his body inside a car Monday night after a witness reported the car because it was parked on Windsor Street underneath the I-20 overpass.
And all of the parties having been involved in this incident did belong to a criminal street gang.
Woolfolk says a car with 3 known gang members in it pulled up alongside the victim's car, shot him multiple times, and sped off. One suspect remains on the run. The 2 others were tracked down and arrested in East Point Thursday following a chase.
They tried to throw weapons out of the window, as well as narcotics were recovered inside of the vehicle. So this obviously did not work out for them in the fact that they were both brought into custody.
So he is down for 2 murders, and that's just what they have on file. There could be more. So it says, according to an indictment, Williams spoke with Ori, the leader of the cult-like gang Sex Money Murder, shortly after Thomas's death. Prosecutors appear to have captured a call to Ori in jail, in which the hit is purportedly discussed. A few days after talking to Ori, Young Thug went on social media to argue that the people who get right into the courtroom and tell the God honest truth don't get it. Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro, from me and YSL. And that's what I was just talking about. Thug actually tweeted that right after the hit, basically, you know, a couple days. So Thug was already kind of telling on himself. It says, bringing charges against a group like the Young Slime Life Gang proved challenging. Prosecutors had to disentangle YSL, the music label, which is the imprint of Warner Music, from YSL, the street gang, and outgrowth of South Atlanta organized crime around Cleveland Avenue. The latest iteration of previous gangs like Ray Zone Cleveland and 30 Deep. Thomas's murder divided Atlanta into 2 warring camps, YSL and YFN, another blood gang in Atlanta loyal to Thomas, which goes to the Inglewood family Bloods, which consists of a bunch of people here in Atlanta. That's basically the name of, you know, the set that Lucci, Bloody J, Big Nut, that was, you know, basically the set name that they were under. Obviously, YFN is fronted by another popular rapper, Rayshawn Bennett, known as YFN Lucci. The conflict only accelerated during the pandemic, though violence appears to have slowed down since the May 9th indictment and arrest. Here we get a little bit into Lucci. Lucci is in Fulton County Jail. Some were carefully isolated from Young Thug, awaiting trial on gang charges and a felony murder charge from a botched 2021 drive-by shooting on YSL gang members. Now, if y'all remember that, this was actually very wild. It was a wild shootout. Like, when I saw it and heard what happened, sometimes you just can't believe shit like this. Because it says Lucci allegedly drove the car when their targets killed the trigger man and returned fire. So basically, they were shooting at YSL. Whoever they were shooting at, a part of YSL, they shot back and killed the dude who was shooting at them. Shot him in the head. Then, while they was driving, Lucci ditched the body in the middle of the street and sped away. And the thing is, there's a 911 call from the girl that called the police that saw it all. She was like walking down the street, and she saw Lucci them flying by and throw Buddy body out in the middle of the street after he had got shot.
Oh, we need an ambulance. Somebody is laying out. Somebody, I don't know if he barely.
Yeah,
Let me connect you to the line. Somebody just threw him out of the car.
My brother like that, nigga. They was trying to fight. Oh my.
He's still trying to fight for his life.
Stay out the streets, kids. You'll go on a hit with your partners. You get killed. They'll throw your ass into the street and drive off.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Baby, can y'all please get an ambulance here? This man is dying. He's shot in the head. He just took his last breath, man.
What street are you on, ma'am? Can you give him your location, please, for the ambulance to get him?
I'm glad we heard that. Now, listen to how she sound, and then go back and listen to how Rich Homie Quan girl sounded when she talking to the people trying to get him now.
Give the guy some help.
What is this address?
This is a stranger. This lady's a stranger. She sees a stranger get shot. Help him. Hurry up. He's taking his last breath. Get here. Where you at? You didn't hear none of that from Rich Homie Quan girl. She was calm, cool, collected. That's his woman.
And wow, just wild shit from people that were basically multi-millionaires. So it just lets you know how deep this stuff ran in the streets. It says the arrest of alleged YSL gang member Christian Big Briss Eppinger on February 7th ended in a bloody affair. Says with Eppinger allegedly firing 6 shots into an Atlanta cop during the arrest. Like, this dude literally shot the cop 6 times. I think one of them hit him in the head. And this is what really got them on the road to make sure they ended this whole YSL thing, because this once dude shot this cop, it was over. Like, DA was like, all right, this shit is over. We finna go ahead and arrest everybody. Y'all tripping now. And it says Eppinger's arrest started a 90-day clock ticking, with court rules demanding an indictment before then to continue to hold him. Willis, the district attorney, used it to build a broader YSL gang case.
During a virtual court hearing this morning, a Fulton County judge denied bond for 22-year-old Christopher Eppinger. Arrest warrants released today. Detail officer David Rogers attempting to arrest Eppinger Monday near Old Hapeville Road with a warrant for a 2021 armed robbery and assault case. According to the warrants, Eppinger pushed Rogers away, pulled out a gun, and shot the officer 4 times in the shoulder, once in his leg and once in the back of his head. Another officer then returned fire, and in the warrants, Eppinger is described as attempting to shoot the second officer while running away.
He was on probation for an armed robbery that was pled down to robbery.
In court today, prosecutors described Eppinger as being convicted in 2016 when he was 17 years old for robbery and aggravated assault. Court records show he was sentenced as a juvenile to serve 4 years behind bars and then 6 years on probation.
And Mr. Eppinger is a documented member of YSL street gang.
Prosecutors also informed the judge Eppinger is a member of the Young Slime Life, or YSL gang. In the warrants, APD described the gang as having a stronghold on the Cleveland Avenue corridor where the shooting happened Monday.
That warrant that the officers were seeking to execute stems from an incident of October 12, 2021.
Officers attempted to arrest Eppinger Monday for the crime described in this report, where he allegedly robbed a man at gunpoint along Cleveland Avenue and, working with an accomplice, took the man's Rolex watch, designer wallet, jewelry, iPhone, and SUV.
This is what really gave them like the go ahead. It was like, all right, y'all doing way too much in the city now. Like, they were getting ignorant with it. And so he's pretty much done. To kind of wrap this up, it says they're sending a message to every young kid today in the city who hopes to grow up and become a successful musician, that whenever you go on YouTube and the internet and create as your art form, you're gonna have that used against you later. So, to kind of go ahead and wrap this video up without trying to, get into the entire indictment. Like I said earlier in the video, I didn't want to use this video to go into everything, because this is a lot of public information that you could pretty much, if you're under a rock and you haven't heard none of this stuff, I'm sure it'll interest you enough to go and find out more about it, because there's a lot of different things that happened that came, that brought this basically, there's a lot of stuff that happened that just brought this to it.
This case right here is the case Woody just blew up that was going to get Young Thug freed till they remembered they had a star witness, Rich Homie Quan, and all he needed to do was repeat what he already said on tape, that we know Young Thug did it. We just don't got the proof, but we know Young Thug did it. But he's dead now. Cool figure. Follow me.